Hi there, I'm Shauna from Infinity Readings, and this will be the reading for the Pisces female in a coupled relationship. Hey guys, I wanted to take a minute here just to kind of acknowledge what I've done for this winter season. I managed to change up a few things. I vamped the logo a little bit. I actually got Aaron at Active Dynamics here. He has managed to make my intro for me, so I'm very thankful for that. He did a great job. I couldn't have done it. So thanks, Aaron, for that. I appreciate it immensely. And also to Ikson for my theme music. Is beautiful, upbeat, happy tunes. I can't get enough. I am now going to his page because it's just that great. It's all good gravy stuff. So I couldn't have revamped my winter season without these dudes around me. So I'm lucky enough to have them in my corner. So thanks, guys. Ikson, great work. Aaron, thanks again. Great work. So take care, guys. Enjoy your season. And Ikson, if you ever want a reading, just hit me up, man. Just email me. I will kick in and we'll set something up. In the meantime, take care. Have fun, you guys, and enjoy the readings. I have 3 overview cards from the feminine deck that I go over to see what the general energies are for the Pisces female. And then I go into 5 different decks, including the Lenormand. I split up the romance and intimacy areas. So we will see what we can find out. Now, this will be over the winter season that this should play out. But I mean, timing doesn't necessarily matter here. But nonetheless, we'll see if we can unblock any blocks that you're having or any situations that you may not be seeing. Hopefully I can illuminate those for you and help you move forward. So I will start with the first card on the feminine side here. First card for the Pisces in a couple is prosperity. So prosperity, what are we getting from that? This is a time when she's working on hers. That's what I'm getting. She's working on her own prosperity, trying to build up this kingdom. They're going a kingdom. Financial riches, really. So maybe focusing on work, that kind of thing. And then to the left, I have protection. Whenever we have the protection card, there's usually something we are aware of that we do that we know may be hindering our path, but nonetheless we feel we need protection from. It's almost like a shying away from something, maybe responsibility. This is why we need protection. So we will find out what that is as the reading goes on here. And to the right, I have inspiration. So this is good here because the protection is kind of ominous on the darker side of things. But the inspiration is complete opposite. So we may luck out here and get into a balanced area where we don't really continue down the protection path. Because I don't feel it's necessarily for the Pisces here that she has protection. I feel like she feels she needs protection. So we'll dive in here and see where that hits and what's going on for her over the winter. So for the first card here, for the Pisces female in a coupled relationship is the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups, in this deck, it's kind of out there. Usually the 9 of Cups is about wishes and dreams being fulfilled. But here, it's almost like thoughts of wishes and dreams. So kind of an expansion on the 7 of Cups, which is like, oh, there's so many things I can think about. The 9 of Cups here in this deck says to me, there's so many things that I want, right? And at the head of the feminine energy was prosperity. So these are all those things that she's trying to get, okay? So she's thinking about her wishes and what she wants and how she's going to go out and get them, okay? The next card we get is Seven of Pentacles. So Seven of Pentacles is about hard work that's already been put in. Okay, this woman is just coming back after she's planted her tree bush there. She's come back to check if everything's ready to go. Now her basket's empty and she's like, no, this needs a little more time. I need to figure more things out or whatever. You know, that's a sense, I mean, not from her, but from the Pisces female. It's like, I need a little more time, okay? So the Seven of Pentacles is about putting a lot of work and effort in, but not necessarily is it time to pluck all of that, okay? Or get rewards from that at this point. So the next card I get is the King of Swords. Now the King of Swords is an air type energy. Usually this first line is her energy, and they are reiterating that to me. Yes, this woman, I mean, this man here, it could go either way. It could be a partner, but nonetheless. King of Swords, air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Now, this king here, he is not happy. He's pissed off. He is really, I feel like the sword there, he's kind of backed everybody off of him. Does not want to deal with any shit right now. One, because he doesn't have a tolerance for it. And two, he'll probably bite your head off if you come in with anything that might be half sensible. So I feel like he's just like, leave me the hell alone. I just need to be by myself to figure stuff out and calm down. I feel like there's a sense. Now, again, I'm going to attribute this to the Pisces female. I feel like there's a sense here of having come to the end of the rope on something, okay? And they're just getting bugged by everybody and not wanting to deal with any of that right now. Now, the card beside it is the Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups is really the happily ever after. We have these ducks here with all their little babies in there. So you may have a happy family life and whatnot, but there's something around you that is making you cantankerous, okay? And I feel like it's something you've put a lot of hard work in. It's not paying off, okay? So the Ten of Cups being there in your first line really symbolizes we have a good, happy home life on the emotional level, okay? But we're thinking about prosperity, so maybe that's where the anger's coming in, is that we have some problems with money, okay? And we're not dealing well with the other side of the emotional. Like if emotional is all going good, but if we're stuck on money and we're not feeling it, then they can get quite mad and upset, you know, at the rest of the family because of all the good stuff. So this may be what's happening. Now, as we get into the second row here, the Dreamer's Tarot, we start off with the Four of Cups, and that's under the Nine of Cups, which is interesting. Because the Nine of Cups is about thinking about all those things that you want, right? And dreaming and wishes fulfilled, that kind of thing. So underneath that is the Four of Cups, meaning that we are being offered our wishes and our fulfillment, but we are uninterested in seeing it. Okay? It may either be there for you or coming for you, but you are in a state, and if we have the King of Swords, that really relates to that mood of not recognizing it. We just can't see the forest for the trees here. We can't see the good because we're focused on negative. And it may not be that, you know, our family life is good, but to a certain degree, there's something being offered here in the form of a wish, but we're too stubborn and cantankerous to see it. Okay, so on the Seven of Pentacles, that's about putting work and hard work and effort in, but it's not quite ready to, you know, to pick. Like if we're looking at fruit here on a tree, it's not quite ripe, right? But we've put all our work in and it's kind of time to relax a little bit. We get the Page of Wands, so that's about contemplation. And that is what's going on here. We're contemplating things, but we're not sitting in a good vibe while we're doing it, is the sense I'm getting here. Because the Page of Wands is looking forward. The Four of Cups, disappointment that we're feeling, we're kind of just shriveled up into our own selves. And I feel like the King of Swords has created an energy around her that just leave me the hell alone. And so that's kind of the result right here. The Four Cups is dealing with sitting by yourself, and anything that comes at you, you're not really going to take it in because you're just in a shitty mode. You're just in a bad mode, right? Now, as you move to the Page of Wands under the Seven of Pentacles, you're realizing, okay, what did I put work in here? You're thinking back over all the progress that I've done and all the things that we're doing. What am I going to do? The Page of Wands. He's thinking about the future, contemplating about what he did in the past and how he's going to mix the two. So the King of Swords. On top of that, we get the Queen of Wands. So this is the pair, right? I mean, no matter. We have a fiery person here. Queen of Wands is usually very popular, very loving and welcoming, and loves to have people and family around and whatnot. Now, that's on top of the King of Swords. They're like, this is the way that she is normally. Normally, she's like very welcoming. I see people coming over to her house all the time, and everything's, you know, everybody feels comfortable. They're all welcomed and kind of like a social butterfly, but it revolves around her. Okay, so this is how far out of her zone she is, right? There's a fire energy here and an air, and we're neither one. So, but there's a sense here of being more welcoming to people than we have been lately, okay? So under the Ten of Cups, we have, wow, we have another Ten of Cups. How does that happen? So there's obviously, you know, if you're wishing and dreaming and hoping and praying, it's all where you're at. If you're not emotionally happy, they're going, there's no excuse for it. I feel like the second Ten of Cups is basically saying, you got it. You know, and whatever you don't have, it's basically yours. You don't need to be angry and upset to the degree that you are. There's some anger, resentment, and upset that just doesn't fit in with the family or the emotional relationship, but it doesn't show me where it goes. So the Ten of Cups being here is just really symbolizing that we've got everything. We've started out with our wishes, and we had put a lot of work in, and we're upset and cantankerous, but nonetheless, our emotional side here, completely fulfilled. Now, Four Cups is about kind of sitting and brewing in your own corner. It's like the kid that doesn't get his way, so I'm going to explain the situation here that I'm getting. It's like the Four of Cups is like, you know, when you have the kids in the schoolyard and this one kid that wants to join a group because it looks like fun, and these kids are playing around and they're like, hey man, we don't need no more players, we got enough, you know. So then they go take off in a huff and they sit in the corner, and then suddenly one of the team takes off 5 minutes later. So one of the guys comes running out and says, hey, you come and play now? And they say, no, I'm pissed off. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that scenario. It's like we're pissed off in our mode, and there's really no reason to be because they've opened their arms here. And so that's the feeling I'm getting. It's kind of like an immature fit. Okay. So on top of the Seven of Pentacles with the Page, again, like just the realization of all of this has got to hit her. Okay. And then the Queen of Wands saying, you know, this is her normal. She's action oriented. She likes to do stuff, and she likes to have people around her and be social. And the Ten of Cups, she has everything she wants on emotional level, but there's something here that's throwing everything out of whack. Okay. So we're going to go into the Lenormand here, and that's going to break up in between the love and the mundane. So on the Four of Cups, we get the Sun, 31. And that's, again, the universe going, yeah, we got everything. We just have to know that we got everything, look at everything like we got everything, and quit being upset about little things that don't matter. That's really what it is. They're going, there's things here we're upset about, it don't matter. Because we asked for our wishes to be fulfilled. They have been fulfilled, and now we're having a pissy fit over something that it has no weight on our life. Okay? So under the Seven of Pentacles and the Page, we have 22. And 22 is the stairway, right? This is about choices. Two stairways. What are we going to do? We have to make a choice here. So there's some kind of something that has really gotten us upset, and a situation where we have to make a choice about it. So that's the options. We have a left or a right we can go. So under the Queen of Wands, which is her energy of being, you know, kind of like a social butterfly and liking to be around everyone and everything and what's going on, what's happening, that kind of thing. We get the 7, which is the snake. Okay, here's maybe where we find out what's going on. So the snake is about malicious behavior, someone going out and such. And it's interesting that it comes under your energy. So it seems like there's, yeah, they're going, it's not someone. It is her. There's some malicious intent here by the Pisces female in a coupled relationship. She is going outward maliciously with malicious intent towards someone else. Okay. So what do we have here? Under the 10 and the 10, we have the 2, which is, my God. 10 of Cups is all happily ever after. Amen. 10 of Cups again, happily ever after. Amen. And then we have the 2, which is the clover in the Lenormand, which signifies happily ever after and all your wishes fulfilled and anything you want, the pot of gold, that's the whole thing. It's like anything you don't have right now, it won't be hard to get it. Anything that you want, you just have to basically think about it and get it. Now, this is the interesting thing, because the snake is looking directly at the clover with malicious intent. So, what is it that we want to come into our lives that we are treating in a malicious kind of way? I don't know. That makes sense here, really. It's like, yeah, well, let's get into the love and romance, see if it comes out in that way. Okay. So under the sun energy here, where we were having our little off in the corner fit, right? So as an adult, it'd be like taking a time out because we've lost our cool. And the sun is shining, going, you know, we really have a lot here. We just don't need to be grumpy like this or angry at other people and taking it out in all areas. We have the King, of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles could be your partner. So that's an earth sign, a Capricorn, a Taurus, or a Virgo. And I feel like this is the partner. And I feel like there's a partner here that is very much on your side and very much, how you say, the sun, right? Everything revolves around this man, okay? Now, we'll move on. The choice. What is the choice? Under 22, we have, interestingly enough, we have a Knight of Pentacles. Oh, man. Okay, so this is a different character. The King of Pentacles, okay, we're going to go back up a bit here. So the King of Pentacles, I feel like that's very much the partner. So he is strong, stable, sturdy. He's got his foundation. All of his ducks are in a row. I mean, he's got the 10 of Cups here with you, okay? That's all good and sturdy. Now, there's a few ways this can go, but I'm going to move on to the next one. The Knight. Knight of Pentacles, he's well on his way to getting all he wants. He has not quite achieved it yet, and he is going outward and sharing and spreading his, how you say, love around. He's not a lovey-dovey kind of type. He's more strong and sensible, but nonetheless going out and feeling within others how he can share that and learn, right? Because he's got a strong backbone for learning and being dignified within his own right, okay? So there are these two energies, and there's a choice under this one. It's like, what's going on here? Now, another thing can be is that we have a situation here where our partner may have grown from a knight to a king, meaning there's certain characteristics he's matured and gotten forward and solidified in his life, and there may be a disjointment within the relationship because of that, okay? We may have a partner here maturing more than one partner maturing more than the other, meaning we have a partner here that may not match because we've got a Queen of Wands and they're going, that is her normal energy where she sits. And Pentacles, not that they shouldn't be together, but that I'm feeling that there's more of a This man has grown into a person that maybe the partner does not like, is what I'm getting. This man's grown and learned and all the lessons, and it's like we may be coming across something here that we don't like. Simple as that. So on top of the 7, which is the snake, and it talks about all that malicious behavior and going outward to hurt someone intentionally, we get the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups is about, again, bookending all this stuff with wishes and dreams fulfilled. Now, in the romance area, somebody here is not happy. This man is grabbing onto the girl, and he's so happy. He's got everything. His wishes are fulfilled. But she is looking off like, I could be golfing right now. This is what, like, she's just not there. Okay. So something's going on here. So are we being malicious towards our partner? And if so, what's making us so unhappy? If we've got all these 10 of Cups, okay? So on top of the luck card and the 10 and the 10, so all this good stuff, we have the 3 of Coins, which is interesting because the 3 of Coins is about forcing something. Forcing something before it's ready, before we know it's mature to take it, and before, it may be a power and control within the relationship. Are we feeling a loss of power because our partner has gained from a knight to a king? Now he is starting to take charge and this does not feel right. Is that the situation? And we're starting to snap back at that, even though this is everything we've wished and hoped and dreamed for, or could be, or could ever be. Yeah, there's something here being forced, but it's on the luck side. So I feel like there'll be a matter of time here where things will start to clear up or turn around, okay? But yeah, something's being forced within the relationship that I feel like the Pisces female knows she shouldn't be forcing it. She knows that she shouldn't be looking at it that way, but she's still pushing her weight on it. I feel like there's kind of struggle here of wills between the partners. Okay. So as we move into the sex side, on top of the King of Pentacles, we get the 8 of Wands. And the 8 of Wands is, they're going, this is the energy of the male, yes, how he feels toward her. And the 8 of Wands is very much about tending to the partner, feeding her grapes, and they're out in the woods there, flames in the background, symbolizing there's lots of passion here. And we want to, bring it forth to the partner. So there's a lot of good stuff wrapped up in this guy, okay? So now under the choices in this other energy, okay? We have 21. So the world is about completion. And again, I can take this 2 ways. So we have a completion here where we may be completely finished with the energy that our partner is giving, or we could have a situation here where this man has fully and completely matured to another level, and he has completed his karmic lessons. Does not mean, again, that we have to leave the partner or whatever. Within the relationship, I feel like the male partner here has gone and achieved a level of evolution. Okay, we'll say it that way. He's evolved through the relationship from the Knight to the King, and he's completed that successfully. Now he's ready to move forward in that energy. Feel like there's resistance from the female, which is the Pisces female, okay, in the couple. Now, as we move into the wishes, and that's in the romance here, someone's not happy, and I feel very much so. It's obviously the Pisces female. On top of that, we get the 7 of Pentacles. Now, this is an interesting card because this denotes, okay, a breaking of a tie in a relationship. So somebody here, well, the Pisces female, is feeling like this is done. I'm done with this. I've learned my lesson. I need to move forward. So that's the inner urging here, is that, I don't feel I'm no longer fit here. Okay, this is the sense. So on top of the 3 here, which is about forcing things, we get the 9 of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is always about learning to love a new partner in a physical way. Yeah, period. That's what it is. So this really, what it denotes here on the sex side of things is we're kind of done with our partner and we want to move forward into a relationship that is new. Because this 9 is always about new connections and getting to know someone. If you're married or coupled, you know someone in the bedroom. You don't have to get to know your partner in the bedroom unless that evolution process was such a mind sweep that we really have to start over here. And that could be. But nonetheless, I feel a forcing of a new direction here. So is that forcing a new direction to our partner? Are we forcing him to do things he doesn't want to do in the bedroom or otherwise romantically? Yeah, there's an interesting energy, and I'll tell you that 7 of Pentacles. These people are no longer feeling heart tied to each other. That's what's going on. There's a situation here where people have evolved at different rates, whatever. They've learned lessons for sure, but they're not feeling the heart tie to stay together like they used to. Is the thing. And one person is way more unhappy than the other. The other person may have felt it or feeling it or knows it, but there's one person here that is just can't even, almost can't go back. I'm saying back, but can't stay in the relationship. It's very hard for them to stay in the relationship because they're wanting to break away so badly. And it feels like there might even be some malicious like fighting to try and get the person angry at them so that they'll make the decision, you know? So it's kind of like that. That's where all this malicious stuff is going. And if they work hard enough at that, they will get their wish. But also, there's a decision here that needs to be made in order to move forward properly. So it's very interesting. It could go either way, but I'm leaning more towards someone that's just wanting I wouldn't say they're wanting out, like I gotta get out of here, but they're starting to go down a trail here where we're making the other person mad enough that they'll kick us out and we'll just go. So yeah, that was it. It's done. Because there's just not a lot that this person, they're trying to force something together, and that is like a new partnership, a new direction, intimately. So is this what you're forcing on the partner and the partner's not agreeing, or, you know, what's going on there? Because, yeah, it's a little bit complex, a little bit deeper than what I'm just spitting out here in verbs and words, but there's more here than meets the eye. But at the same time, I feel like what's going on overall is this woman is really in a position where she's got a hold of all the stuff that she's wanted, and may have come to a turning point here where we're evolving out of a partner. And that's really what I get here, because we got the 10, and 21 in the sex room here, in the bedroom. And it's like, yeah, that just basically signals. And then we got getting to know someone else on an intimate level. You know, there's no, I mean, they're getting more intimate. So it's like we're either looking at someone else as more of a connection in a heart way. We're definitely somewhere, some way, we feel a disconnection in our own heart toward our partner, and may not know how to exactly deal with that. So we're being cantankerous and mad and mean and hoping the other person will just kick us out, so that'll make it easier on us, because we don't want to be the one to have to say what we're feeling because we don't know how to do it, right? Because everything is good and everything is fine. So why should I leave? But I don't feel tied anymore. So that's really the sense I'm getting here. I don't feel tied anymore. I'm not in love with you anymore. You don't, it's, you know, I've learned what I've learned here, and I just feel like I want more. How do you express that to someone when things are going great? You know you're going to get talked out of it. You know he's going to try. And this man, I feel he has now accomplished This earth sign has now accomplished everything that he wants to. And it seems like you want to go to another earth sign, but a knight. It's like I'm a fixer upper. I get these guys on the road and then away they go. And this one's good. He's stable, he's strong, he don't need me anymore. It's almost like that kind of an energy. He don't need me anymore. So I need someone who needs me, and I'm gonna evolve them. I don't know. I mean, there's people like that out there, for sure. They just go and they lift everybody and then off they go. Kind of like what? The littlest hobo, right? Goes in the hut and then he takes off. Gets everybody elevated and then off he goes to work the other one through. And that could be part of karma here, but it's not so much showing. It's just showing there's a heartstring here that has pretty much done its time. And we got the world and the sex side. Now, if we would have had it in the regular side, I would have said, yeah, at the ending, the cycle's done. The cycle's done. But are we going to have the strength of mind, spirit, body, and soul and heart to go to the partner and say that? And how is the partner going to feel? Because we don't want to hurt their feelings, but at the same time, we're not feeling right staying there. So we got to say something or do something, or something's got to be done. And at this point, the theory is we'll create some shit. And if he kicks me out, then I'll just go. Then we're both happy, right? But in the meantime, I feel like the partner will not have a clue as to why, and it'll just create more anger. I think on some level, you need to be honest with the partner and come forward with as much as you can and spit it out. And then over time, you just realize mutually, include the partner in what you're feeling, because that makes, even though it may be hard, it makes it easier in the end. If that is what you're feeling, you need to let the partner know so they can go. It may not be easy it won't be easy for either, but there's obviously a stirring here going, and this is what is going on here, till January, February, March, till my next season. People are finishing cycles, whether it's karmic or soulmates, or then they could be both, or lessons that you needed to learn and now it's time to move on. That's what's going on here, energy of moving on. So that is the reading for the Pisces female. Now that is horizontal. I'm going to go vertical here. See what we can pick out on top of that to help. Now the Nine of Cups, that's about all our wishes and dreams were fulfilled in this relationship. They all came to a point where we got what we wanted. We were happy while we had it. And we created a happy home life, children, family. All of it was great and wonderful, okay? So it makes it hard. Four of Cups is that feeling of, could be boredom or a sense, that's that heart that's just kind of going, we're done here. I did what I was meant to do. And if this was written, right, karmic is kind of like payback for what's been going on or in a past life or this life. But I feel like this is more your yearning of your soul. It's time to move forward here. I've done what was written, and now I need to go to the next thing that was written, right? So that's a sense I get in Under Her Dreams here. And the Four of Cups is kind of not knowing how to deal with that in a way, right? And then on top of that, 31 is like, yeah, we'll be okay and everything will be okay. We just have to deal with our emotions and be honest and truthful with the partner. And then the King of Pentacles there, that's the one that you need to deal with. And if you're honest and upfront with them, it will get dealt with, right? And then on top of that, the Eight of Wands, symbolizing this man does care and is trying, I feel like overly trying in the bedroom to bring it back. So that's the essence of that. Now under the Seven of Pentacles, which is working and kind of waiting for things to progress. And I feel like she's actually working. She's actually working for the relationship to end. And I feel like it's not quite ready yet. Okay, this is the sense. So she's going to wait a little while longer. In the Page of Wands is thinking about the process, Where do we go here, there? And really going deep with the emotional sense here. And then, of course, 22 is once we do that, then we got to make that decision, right? To stay or go. And that's not going to be an easy choice. But no less, these two stairwells here on the 22 are both going up. So no matter which way you choose, you're evolving, right? So you're either going to choose to stay in the relationship, evolve through it, or leave the relationship and evolve through another one. So the Knight of Pentacles symbolizes how, you know, this is where we came from, the knight, and he grew to a king, and now also, you know, it's symbolizing as well there is another direction here that we need to go. And I feel like that's the yearning is, well, this man doesn't need me anymore. I need to go where I'm needed in a way. So maybe just not feeling that needed on all levels, okay? Throughout the marriage too, that's heavy. So on top of that, we have the World, 21, which is a completion of a love romance. It is full circle. They are all encompassed and everything's great. You know, and that's the hard part. When we feel like we haven't really got anything bad to say, it's not you cheated, I cheated, nothing like that. It's just I feel like I don't love you anymore the way that I used to, and I can't get it back or whatever. That's the hardest probably to deal with. Is there something and I feel like it is in the growth of this man as he grew forward, which is sad as well, because he grew into the man she wanted him to be, and then suddenly she couldn't accept that. But nonetheless, King of Swords, that's the angry cantankerous state that she's in and going outward with, right? We're kind of spewing it at the partner because we don't know how to deal with it any other way. Queen of Wands is the energy that she usually sits in, welcoming, likes to be out socially, likes a lot of people around her, and likes a lot of entertainment. It's very fiery in nature and has a lot of action and activity around her on most days. And then the 7, signifying malicious behavior that she's getting into. And I do feel a lot of it's directed at the partner, but it might be spewing out in all areas. We got some stuff here that is just we're not ourselves in the way that we normally are. And we're going outward maliciously. Now, on top of that, we get the 9 of Cups, which is, again, about wishes and dreams being fulfilled. And I feel like the King of Pentacles has his wishes and dreams fulfilled. But the woman here is not happy. Okay? And on top of that, we get the 7 of Pentacles. Why is she not happy? Because the tie here has been broken. So if you have a heart-centered place that busts, there's probably a level on the male here that hasn't caught up to that yet. But nonetheless, there's, you know, we've done our duty here. A sense of feeling like we're done here. I no longer have what I used to have here. It's just one of those feelings. And the 7 of Pentacles is on a sexual level. It's the first to go, I guess, right? Because that's where a lot of people go over intimate, right? We go over intimate. And if we have troubles in the relationship, that's the first tap to be shut off, and that's seeming to be, even though we may have some more brewing time here till we figure it all out 100%. I feel like that's the bottom line. So the 10 of Cups is symbolizing we did good here, we had fun here, we created a family life, an emotional sense of who we are. It was really good. 10 of Cups again, looking at the Queen of Wands, the energy that she carries. She's a water, so she is out of her element, but nonetheless, the 10 of Cups is saying, and we can continue to have what we want. We just have to decide what it is and go there. Make that decision, right? So if we're not happy here, we got to make sure we find out what makes us happy and then go in that direction. And then 2 is the Clover, signifying the luck that we have here. We have been lucky to get where we have in this frame of mind. We've been lucky enough to have everything that we wanted. So, you know, especially on an emotional level with a partner, that kind of thing. And then on top of that is the 3 of Coins, which symbolizes in the romance that we're forcing issues here. And I feel like that's the malicious yammering that's going on between the partners or outside, or just that way of being that the Pisces females tapped into. It's just everything's spewing outward. It's just in a negative kind of way. And we're just kind of really, I see it like spinning with sparks, and everybody's just backing up because they don't want to get burned, right? So that's the thing. I feel like we're forcing things and people away from us, and that's the energy she's in right now. And then it ends up with the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups is about getting to know someone on an intimate level, period. And there's a newness here to it, right? It's almost like these two are just starting a relationship, and they're, you know, flirting with the physical side. So again, if you're in a solid relationship, it could mean that there's a drastic shift in personality here on one side or the other, and we're having to get to know each other differently on on a physical level. It's just not hitting home here. It's basically saying, no, we got another direction here we want to go. So that's really what it is. We're forcing things in our relationship together when we should just have the freedom to let it be apart. So we got to watch for that Nine of Cups that doesn't happen before we inform the partner. That's the only thing. Seven of Pentacles basically symbolizing, yeah, we have a tie here that has been broken. We've done our deed, or we've completed what we feel we needed to complete, and when it no longer serves us, so we have to make a decision at this point. Are we going to go forward, or are we going to stay where we are? And it's a huge choice, so we need to make that, because you know, we don't want to make a decision to stay and then decide later down the road that we're going to go. So we really have to think about this clearly so that we make it a clean cut. So that is the reading for the Pisces female couple, man. A lot of these readings are flippant. And I'm like, man, this is the couple. They're like, that's what it is. We have someone here that's thinking about someone else, or going in another direction, or moving in another way. They're finished. So that's basically what's going on here. And I mean, you're not the only one. It's happening all over. So we're either busting, or we have busted, or we're gonna bust, or that kind of thing. So that's the energy for the winter. So I can't even say have fun with that, because it's not fun. We just really got to dig deeper, and there's a solemnness here that we got to figure out exactly what we want in order to pick a lane and then just go. Because we really got to think about our own happiness, our own emotional happiness. And if we know we are not going to be emotionally happy, that is not the life that the universe wants you to live. They want you to be happy emotionally, not stunted or not staying because of some other reason than happy. This is happy, then stay. And if it's not, we got to figure out what is and then go. And that's that. So, overview of the energies. The first card was prosperity. Again, I was thinking that it was in the work direction and building up things. It could still be that, but I feel like the prosperity also now encompasses emotional, because I feel like there's a dip in that center for the Pisces female, and she is going to figure out what makes her happy, and then when she makes up her mind in that way, then she's going to go. And on the left here we have protection. And I think the protection is coming from, because I said there's a sense here of when we spew out negativity, then we kind of need to be protected from that, from the backlash. And I feel like that's what it is. I feel like this woman is kind of absorbed some malicious behavior and is feeling like she needs protection from that. But nonetheless, that's subtle, very subtle. She's just spitting it out. And she's been lucky so far. It's kind of what they're saying. The luck is right by that snake. So be careful, because the luck can always run out. I mean, we got a lot of happiness here. Don't spew it out in the relationship. It's just not going to do you good. It's going to end up flipping on you. So you don't want that. So the protection can be batted away because it's on the left of the angle here. So just think about the consequences there. And then on the right is inspiration, and get yourself inspired by things you're passionate about. Go with your passion, your bliss, things that make you happy. That's where you need to go. Partner or no, that's where you need to lock into. What makes you happy? And then you never know, you might just fall back into that and then decide this is where I want to go. Because I feel like this man here has grown through you, and there's a lot there that can be bided, but we may be coming across the 7-year itch here where we're just kind of, are we going to stay, you know, it's the stay or go, right? So that's really what's going on for the Pisces female in a couple of relationships. She's just confused as to where she's feeling a heart disconnect, and now she just doesn't know if she wants to stay. So over the winter, be digging deeper into things. I think if she digs deep, looks for her bliss and follows that, then things will become a lot clearer and answers will come and choices will be able to be made a lot easier than where she's sitting right now. And the thing is to the timing here, I feel, is a little more time here before we know on all levels what's going on. Okay, so that's really, yeah, that's the Pisces couple. So take care over the Christmas season. Stay safe. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Take care. Have fun. And be